everybody, and welcome to another episode of Checkpoint on Campus. I am your host, Norris Howard, joined alongside Jacob Brothers. And before I have Jacob speak about anything, I definitely want to let you guys know that you need to be checking out Checkpoint Daily. That is our show that we do. Number one is one of the hottest new products we got out. It comes out Monday through Sunday. That's right. Every day, hosted by myself, Callie Scales, and Chad Callahan of the Checkpoint team. So again, go to wherever you get your podcast, so Spotify, all that good stuff, and listen for Checkpoint Daily. Jacob, you are also here. Hello.
Check out Checkpoint XP. Hello. How are we doing?
Yes. You will do. Listen, I love that. I love that energy. I love the shameless self-promotion. I love it. Please join us. Join the dark side. But anyway, the one thing that I definitely want to bring up, because something amazing is happening in the world of esports. Big orgs are finally realizing that people play video games in college. Wow.
It only took like 15 years. Isn't that just crazy?
I know, it's crazy. But anyway, Cloud9 is now joining evil geniuses and actually paying attention to the collegiate space. They have come up with a new program called Cloud9 University. They are joining with Uconnect as more of a back-end organizer. They do a lot of data aggregation. But Cloud9 University is supposed to provide a litany of resources for college students that are also participating in the world of esports. And I definitely wanted to bring this up, Jacob, with you as a young Thundercat who is involved in esports at the collegiate level. When you see some of these things, would they make you excited? Put yourself back in the shoes of fresh face Jacob Brothers way back when he was 18 years old. Didn't know nothing. Still wet behind the ears. When you saw this, these kind of things excite you when we talk about this?
Yeah, honestly, because we come across a lot of stories where I'm like, oh, okay, I'll research this and see what this is all about to talk about on the show. But when I saw this, I was like, this is a must talk about. Like, because I'm a C9 fan by default, and they just won the Valorant Major Qualifier. Like, C9's hot right now, which good for them. And this is the perfect time for them to strike. So organizations that you don't know, I say probably wouldn't be as exciting. But someone like a C9 or a FaZe or a Team Liquid, if they're like, hey, we're going to be involved with collegiate esports, and we're going to, as we're going to get to as we walk through what they're going to do, pick out 8 schools to mentor. It's like, excuse me, you're going to select eight schools to just mentor? Like, that's incredible, and that's really...
It's cool. Really cool. It's really cool. So as you said, there's a few facets to this, and we're going to run through them really quickly. Some of them are a little passive, and some of them are major. Yeah. Like they'll have a series of panels that focus more so on the back end of esports. Again, in the era of COVID, doing panels, Zoom calls, and stuff like that. That's pretty much all you could do in terms of front-facing stuff to get people involved with your brand. And then there's a League of Legends intercollegiate tournament that's going to be sponsored by C9 in the same vein that we had the UCLA Evil Geniuses Invitational a little bit earlier in the year.
Yeah, the league tourney is something that we've seen in most organized events, but if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Don't fix it.
Everyone plays league and it works. But as far as something that's not as traditional, there's going to be the C9 University Discord, and so that's actually starting on November 5th. And so anyone can enter that Discord to be connected with people in that scene and in that industry. And then also, as we talked about, they're going to be picking out 8 universities across the U.S. to serve as affiliates. Those affiliates are going to get specific news from them, specific job opportunities, general esports connections, and then those 8 affiliates are also going to be selected to have a C9 mentor.
Now, see, this is awesome. Yeah, this is awesome. Now, obviously, Evil Geniuses already had their Discord, which they provided stuff like resume building, different talks, different training, showing people sort of the full gamut of esports careers. But being able to be mentored by a staffer at Cloud9 directly, to be able to have that direct line to a esports organization, I think is completely lights out. And by direct line, not like, oh, I messaged this guy on Discord and it was cool. No, literally, you will have a liaison that functions between you, the university, and C9, the esports organization. I can't express to you how beneficial that could be for certain individuals, not just as players, but also as folks studying esports management, to get into the industry and into the field.
Yeah, this is the next step I want to see.
Yeah.
This is the next step I want to see, because we always talk about this farm system. We always talk about how do we make everything connect in a way that actually makes sense, because collegiate esports has a hard time making sense. And so having a mentor of the professional level, just like they do in traditional sports, just helps connect all that together.
Yeah, and the really cool part about this is they'll also be having the collegiate fireside, where there'll be even more universities involved on a more rotating basis, where you'll be able to ask this particular person more direct questions. It won't be as involved as the mentor program, but there will be even more Cloud9 resources out there for potential students and potential workers for C9. And lastly,
yeah, we're gonna have kind of a combine kind of a thing.
That's the thing that caught my eye, because again, we talk about this concept of a high school to college to pro pipeline, the ability for a pro esports organization to be able to farm talent domestically. Because I'm gonna be honest, I am tired of seeing, in League of Legends, seeing Korean talent and Chinese talent and talent from abroad come over to the LCS and being the best players in the LCS. I love Core JJ. I don't want any more Core JJs. I want more tacticals. Okay,
NA not be a meme.
Yeah, so NA cannot be a meme. Yes, exactly.
I even know that about League.
Yeah, and that's how you begin to do this stuff, is that if Cloud9 is going to have sort of a proving grounds for high school and college students where they can begin to pinpoint talent and don't have to just look at random numbers on a ladder, on a leaderboard, it allows them to be able to see who's coachable, who has the raw talent that can be refined, who may be underperforming because they don't get a chance to play as much as other players. So they're not ranked as highly as some of the other players. And so I think that's something that is really, really, really important for an esports organization to do. And I literally cannot wait to see this stuff come to fruition.
Yeah, the more talent we can find, the better esports is going to be.
Flat out, man, because I'm tired. I'm tired of NA being a meme. We didn't even get out of groups. I'm sick of it. I'm tired. So I want us to be able to take our young talent, cultivate them into the stars that they deserve to be, and take it to the next level. Because if we don't get this together in 5 years, NA is never, we gonna lose another world spot. We might as well be like Brazil and Vietnam and a couple other countries that get like one slot. Because we're not good enough. We're not good enough. And this is one of the first steps we could take into becoming good enough to finally challenge at Worlds. Period.